safe are roller coasters, and how much oversight do they really receive? Now, these are some of the questions being asked after the Friday death of a woman who fell from a Six Flags coaster in Texas. Joining me now is amusement park inspector and safety consultant Walter Reiss. Walter, thank you so much for being with us. We'll note up front that you are not involved in investigating the Six Flags incident here. The big question that comes to people's minds after something like this happens is, are roller coasters safe? And I guess that's both from an equipment standpoint and a human error standpoint. What's your take on that?
Well, I'd have to say that yes, roller coasters are very safe. I mean, they're some of the safest machines that exist because of the fact that they are extensively inspected every single day that the park operates, and that's according to law. And they're inspected by people who work on it all year long. And, you know, they're designed to some very exhausting specifications. And, you know, the permanent parks spend every amount of time, effort, money, and resources making sure that they are as safe as possible. So I have great confidence in their safety.
There are no federal regulations of roller coasters. 44 state governments, they do regulate amusement parks. There are only 6 states without any oversight. Those are Alabama, Mississippi, Nevada, South Dakota, Wyoming, and Utah. What's your opinion, Walter, on whether some federal oversight might be a good idea in helping prevent accidents such as the one that happened last Friday?
Well, the thing is with federal oversight is, you know, just getting that mechanism in place and finding the people to staff such an organization. Amusement ride inspectors are very difficult to come by, and they basically have to come out of the industry. And, you know, even some states have a difficult time finding qualified inspectors and then training those qualified inspectors. You know, federal oversight, you know, Congressman Markey's been talking about that for a long time, and I know it's just been this hot topic, but I'm not sure if that's really going to help so much. I mean, maybe with the traveling shows. But in all honesty, the parks have the most to lose if they have an accident. They are their best protection in the efforts that they make to prevent you and I from being injured on amusement rides, because they can't just pack up and go to another state.
Right.
You know,
yeah, I understand that. And I want to ask you one question before we have to let you go, Walter, and that is, are there weight regulations on these rides? I know one question that has surfaced after this death is about that very issue. Some say, some reports have it that 180 pounds is the limit on these rides. Can you shed some light on that for us?
180 pounds, it sounds to be about the design spec that they design the rides according to. You know, there's a minimum. We all know about the height restrictions that keep the small kids off because they'll fly out if the harness doesn't, you know, fit them properly. But on the other end of the spectrum, the large-framed people, there's no way to set a finite criteria for that, because, you know, someone that has a larger frame, you know, the top, middle, bottom, everything's different, you know. So there's no easy way to tackle that topic. Basically, the bottom line is, if they fit and the harness locks them in properly, then it's okay. But, you know, that's at the discretion of the ride operator. And I'm just hoping in this scenario that the ride operator didn't make some effort to try and push on the harness to get it to lock.
Right. And Six Flags says it's going to use every resource available to try to determine what happened. We'll continue to follow that story. Walter, thanks for being with us.